Hi, I'm Daniel.
And I'm Zach.
And welcome back to our channel. Today, we're going to talk about
Dumbo.
So, Dumbo is the next movie in line. I was just reading about it on Wikipedia right before we started here, just in case I could pull some facts about it. They're calling it the fourth animated film, but we're calling it the fifth because we watched
Reluctant Dragon.
Reluctant Dragon, right?
And we didn't watch Fantasia.
Fantasia we did not watch. So, yeah, all right, we'll call it the fourth. That way we could just pretend like Fantasia never, ever happened.
Sorry to all those of you who like Fantasia.
Okay, so Dumbo is a very short film.
It is... I saw one article that said it is the shortest Disney theatrical animated film. It is 64 minutes long, so barely over an hour.
Yeah. I don't know what I was expecting. I had read prior that Disney had decided to put on Disney Plus a disclaimer in front of some of the films that depict problematic scenes, racially problematic scenes in them. And I thought, for some reason in my mind, I thought there would be a card that would show up at the beginning of the movie, like a black, a nice little pre-roll kind of
this
a
film
thing.
is presented as it was originally released. It contains outdated cultural depictions, etc., etc.
Now, that is there, but it is in the description of the movie when you're picking it off Disney Plus. So there, once you hit play, there's no telling you.
If you didn't read the description, you missed the disclaimer, and
which I think is weird because kids aren't necessarily going to read the thing, right? They're just going to watch the movie. So I found that to be not necessarily a huge problem. I was expecting something
else. It's an odd choice.
I was expecting something else. So Dumbo is, of course, the story of Jumbo Jr. We never see Jumbo in the film.
No.
Yeah, we only see Mrs. Jumbo. We never see Jumbo.
That could be due to this was a World War II era film, so it had to be made on the cheap. It was made for less than $1 million.
Oh, I thought you were going to say that maybe Mr. Jumbo was off in the war, and that's why he wasn't there. But we start the film by the storks delivering the babies and singing this song that makes it seem like storks are demon creatures.
My immediate thought that I said to him was, why is this making the storks out to be these evil demons?
It's like, you can't hide from the storks. They'll find you.
The storks are coming for you.
It's like, they're going to get you and they're going to give you this baby.
What a strange way to open a film.
Everyone seemed very happy to get their baby, except for the elephant ladies who, when they saw Dumbo's ears, for no apparent reason, just turned into total bitches. And, they were making all kinds of fun of him and just generally rotten little creatures. Well, big creatures, I was going to say. We meet our protagonist, the sidekick, whatever, Timothy Q. Mouse.
Yes, I don't know what the Q stands for. If you know what the Q stands for, leave it in the comments.
Quasar. So we met Timothy Q. Mouse, who I guess it's a kind of a play, according to Wikipedia anyway, it's a play on the typical, elephants are scared of mice and his best friend is a mouse.
His best friend is a mouse that sounds like he needs to be in New York or something.
The thing that surprised me, of course, back up a little bit. Jumbo Jr., a.k.a. Dumbo, is in the circus. He's a circus animal. And who was it that was picking on him? Oh, he is in the sideshow, and some kids were picking and making fun of his ears, and that caused Mrs. Jumbo to defend her baby. And then they, of course, locked up Mrs. Jumbo and called her a mad elephant and put her off in a cage. And for the rest of the movie, I guess a circus can just afford to just carry around an elephant that's not performing and just keep it in a cage for no apparent reason. So
I mean, that's better than yet another Disney character losing a parent.
True. So Dumbo is kind of on his own. He ends up getting into the show. What was the first thing that he did in the show? He was going to climb on top of the
catastrophic incident
So Timothy Q. Mouse whispers into the ringmaster's ear that what he really wants to do is to make a pyramid of pachyderms and have Dumbo, the little elephant, waving his little flag at the top of this pyramid, and that he would jump up to the top of the pyramid and do this. And this is when, I ran into kind of the first major problem with the film, which is that they decide to do this live, like no rehearsal, no training of these elephants. They're just going to, with a full tent full of customers and the crowd, they're going to have these elephants stand on top of each other, and this little Dumbo elephant is going to jump and leap to the top, having never practiced it or done it before, is going to go and do it. So, and of course, he trips over his ears, causes the circus tent to fall down, and the people to run out, and really just hundreds of thousands of dollars of damage, from what I could see.
Great business decisions.
For circus. So they relegate him to the clowns. So Dumbo then becomes a clown who's up in a burning building, and he's through a whole series of events. This is very, very, you can watch the film. It's not that long. But through a whole series of events, Dumbo ends up in a tree, and then we come across the problematic crows.
Yes.
Who are problematic in their stereotypicalness. I mean, they weren't saying anything rude or anything. They were just being very stereotypical, I don't know what to say. They were just being very stereotypical, the way that white people saw black people at that era, I guess. Just,
And the very problematic element, or one of the very problematic elements, was that the lead crow was voiced by a white man.
See, I did not know that.
Yes.
Yeah, so it was, anyway.
The other crows were voiced by regularly employed black employees.
Oh,
but
nice.
The lead crow and just the general, the attitudes and the language and the stereotypes are... The film is almost as famous for the unfortunate crows as it is for Dumbo himself.
So we find them up in a tree. The crows find the elephant up in a tree, and this is when they all figure out, Timothy figures out, Dumbo can fly, and so he tricks him into flying by giving him a feather and telling him that it's the magic feather that gives him the power to fly, and he can fly. Of course, he doesn't need the magic doesn't need the magic feather to fly, which we find out later when he jumps from the burning building and is able to fly over the crowd as he loses the feather and whatnot. So now Dumbo is a hero. He's... what am I missing? What else happened? He was the hero.
Nothing.
That was it. That's how it ended. It's like...
it's only an hour-long movie, and at least half of it is the lead-up to the circus tent falling down.
There's only like 2 songs in this film. Baby Mine, which was sung... It wasn't sung by Mrs. Jumbo. It was in the film. I mean, it was sung by another person. No, I'll say there's 3 songs, because the first song was a Casey Jr. song, and it was employing basically the entire scene from The Reluctant Dragon, where we saw the woman doing the vocoder thing and all the crashing and the sound effects scene over there was pretty much that Casey Jr. scene from Dumbo. So it's like, if you take The Reluctant Dragon, where they had the elephant that they were sketching for Dumbo, and the entire sound effects thing set up for Dumbo, it's like, so it's like kind of, they got 2 movies out of for the price of 1 there. So only like 3 songs in there, like My Oh My, Never Seen an Elephant Fly, and then Baby Mine, and then the Casey Jr. song. I think that's it, right? There's no other
song about the storks.
Yeah, I don't. That was just scary. So not a big musical number. So it kind of no, I guess the last one we saw wasn't a musical either. What am I thinking of? Thinking of Hamilton, which is great, by the way, and it's a musical. It's really great. So what were your thoughts on Dumbo? I'll tell you after you tell me.
It's a big presence as a Disney property, but as a film, I did not enjoy it. I think I actually dozed off near the end, and I mean, there's... The plot is so thin, you could slice it with a butter knife.
I remember the ending now. He gets his own private car on the train, but Mrs. Jumbo was sitting in it, so they released her from jail and put her in his private car. Yeah, that was how the thing ended. Yeah, I think I walked away from the film feeling like, but then I thought about it for a while. And I think that I've been approaching this from a very modern lens, right? When I see animated things nowadays in 2020, animated things are made for adults. They're made for teens. They're made for people of different ages. They're not just for children. Mm-hmm. I feel like in 1941, when Dumbo was made, that was it. It was for children. It is a children's film. And if you view it from that lens of, oh, it's a children's film, it's got a very simplistic story, but a very good, heartwarming story, then, for that, on its merits, I would have to say it was an okay film. I think that the reason it is so big in Disney lore is the Snow White made money. Pinocchio did not. Fantasia did not. The Reluctant Dragon did not. So Dumbo was the first commercially successful film of its time in 1941. Even with World War II going on, it cost $950,000 in 1941 money to make, and it grossed $1.3 million in 1941. So it made a profit, which was good for the Disney Company. They were not doing well financially, I guess, at that time. So this was kind of like the film that helped rescue, or at least got them up on an upswing going there. So I would say it's an interesting watch. It's a very short watch. Yes. So if you want to watch it, animation style was interesting.
It was simpler.
Yeah.
Because of the war, the backgrounds are not as detailed, the character. And that's part of the reason for it being as short as it is, and the characters being thin, and the plot being thin, was they were trying to make it on a budget.
Outside of the clowns and the ringmaster, any human that was not the clowns or the ringmaster, they didn't even draw faces on them. They were just kind of blank faced, like the people putting up the circus tent and the crowds that were coming in. At some point when they were running out of the tent as it was collapsing, they were just little dots on the screen, like little fleas going out, kind of like a flea circus. So yeah, it was a very simplistic style. That's a good way of saying it. It's a very simplistic style of animation and whatnot. Overall, not the worst.
No, I'm sure there will be films that I dislike more.
Do we know what the next film is?
No.
Oh, great. Okay, we have.
One moment, please. Let me look it up.
Through the magic of editing, we're going to have an answer for you. Bambi. Bambi is the next film that we will be watching. Also from the Reluctant Dragon. Remember, there were some maquettes in the sculpting department of Thumper and Flower and Owl, I think, or whatever the owl's name is. Anyway, so we're going to be watching Bambi. So that'll be the next thing on. If you enjoy what we do here, by the way, just in case you're new to this channel and have no idea, we normally do Disney trading pins with things the way they are, with things shut down right now. We haven't really been doing a lot of pin trading, and so we've been going through the Disney animated films chronologically, starting from the beginning, just the animated films. And we're up to number 4 for us, Dumbo. Next will be Bambi. So that's what's going on here. We used to make a drink with the film, but that became problematic because we're not bartenders. And the original idea when we came up with this concept was, we know bartenders at Disney. We can film them making drinks for us at Nomad Lounge and then put that footage in, and hold up a fake drink, right? But it would be a real drink that was made that we drank there. Obviously can't happen. So
it can. We can go to the Animal Kingdom.
I don't know that our friend is even working, so I don't know. It's anyway. Long story short, too late. If you like what we do here on this channel, make sure you give this a thumbs up and click on that subscribe button.
Leave a comment down below. I am in the process of answering all the comments from our last video.
Yes.
I apologize for the delay on that.
I edit. He answers comments.
Social media links are in the doobly-doo down below.
They are indeed. And until next time.
See you real soon.